Hi, good morning. Good morning. Let's get going here. Time is clicking. All right. All right. SPX for those interested. Um, Premium down here. And up above here. Just what I have written down here. 46.65, 46.70. Some premium up there. And I think going to have a difficult time getting it up there. So should be fine up at that level there today. Ranges have been contracting and you go down 45.60, 45.50. Below 4,600, we might get some excitement down below, but it's far enough away. As you can see, oh, I have this on E. I meant to set this up on these levels for SPX. You can see things pulling back here a little bit. And let me just flip over there. It's doing that. And so we've been talking about prior day's lows. And of course, yes, the prior day's low is our first reference point. And then we look at what's the next reference point? Are they relatively close together or is there a void? And we don't have a void. First of all, this is a relatively large open interest level down below. So there's going to be support there. And we've got some overlapping candles here, which you can see as I'm moving the cursor around, you can see all the clusters of pivot highs and pivot lows on the hourly chart that are right in that area. So yesterday, right, we had a little acceleration up there, which created a bit of a void, and it's just sideways here. So it's really not that big of a deal because it had a little push. It's not that extended. In any event, it does have a little minor void. And then you've got this pretty significant level there at 4,600, as I mentioned, open interest as well as overlapping bars. So should this come down there this morning, I would anticipate that it bounces. And should it break below here, those upper levels should be, I know it's in an uptrend, but those upper levels, should it break here and come down to 46, it probably holds and tries to bounce. But, the upper levels, I think, would be a good bet. But you'll have to do it early because if this does break down, those premiums up there are going to evaporate. Yeah. You can remind all that, Dan. So down below, again, I had put it on here as I was setting up this morning. This is your levels down below, 45, 50, 45, 60. McGraw saying there's decent premium at 45, 65. I'm sure there is, since it's a little closer. And this is pretty far away. So being a little bit more aggressive to get a little more of that premium, it should be okay. We could do this. Let's just drag that down there and we'll copy that and we'll go to SPX and we'll put it. Should have copied it. Copy SPX. There we go. And that around there. Anyway, so you're way down there. Let me just go back and look at that. We don't want to second guess that. 45.60. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to, McGraw is saying that 45.60 by 45.30 as a spread, 50 cents is pretty good. To do something that we consider to be good odds and pretty safe, to get that premium for one day, down, is it going to go down there? Well, it's got to get through this support. It's got to get through a big number here. 4,600 is a big open interest. So you got a whole number plus the large open interest there, which is, well, at the expiration, the monthly expiration. But any event, it'll serve us. And so coming all the way down there, even if we had a really nasty day, there's going to be buyers down here. So you've got multiple levels of protection. So, and then up above, going to 46.70 to 65, but I think you'd have to do that relatively early on, because if things continue lower as they are or were, kind of shifting down a little bit, that'll evaporate pretty quick. All right, so look at the other markets. Qs are up here a little bit. Range is contracting. We went over the topping tails that were ignored. We still haven't gotten a prior bars low violated. And that will save you. I mean, look, it's normal to think, oh, it's gone up so much, it's got to pull back. Well, yeah, at some point it will, but you need some kind of confirmation rather than just saying, I think it's too high. It is coming up to this 16,000 level. And so we expect there that whole number to serve as some resistance. And look at the wide range bar and the really tight ranges there on the hourly time frame. So while buyers are still stepping up, they're not too aggressive. Buying here, on a retest of a pivot and the tight ranges, yeah, that makes sense. But here, longer consolidation, and I would like to see some type of a failure pattern if I was even going to consider that multiple days up. So what we'd want to see is it spike down and come right back up again, some type of attempt to go lower and fail. Because buying a breakout here, I'm not doing it. I think it'll work. You're going to get whipsawed. The Dow, bar's low there, and we'll see if it holds or not. Just inside day here. The trading has been, lately. Well, what we said yesterday in the green room, one of my comments, and Dan, we're finding lots of credit spreads, which is great for credit spreads, but for directional trades intraday, it hasn't been good. And a lot of daily charts that some just explode higher and had a patterns that weren't very much of a guideline that it was going to happen. So there's just a lot of crap, for a better word, crap patterns out there as far as swing trades going, but crap patterns are good for credit spreads. And so it's a different vehicle for making money, which is fine. You got like different tools. Russell looks, what's the futures? That's not really a good measure to say new all-time highs, but it's right there. And maybe by a penny or two. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's at the top of the range. Went from the bottom of the range to the top of the range. And we talked about how it traded tighter than it did in the past, which was much more positive. And we'll see if this can hold. So what we want to see now that it's broken out of these recent pivots, right, after a move down, is maybe some consolidation here that sellers don't take control. So bullish, wide range bar, top of these pivots here. Everybody knows it's been in a range there. Correction day or two would be good. Oil, pulling back. We went over that. A little extended there on the weekly. Momentum stalled. The ETFs started pulling back a little bit. Where we got it? XLE. You can see it dipping here pre-market. So energy stocks pulling back. You can see the little head and shoulders top or breakout failure. Call it whatever you want. 57.17. It's right around there. All right, gold doing 0 again, flip-flopping around, diving here. Silver making a dive. These patterns have just been quite erratic. Transports, topping tail, coming up to resistance. Right? How many times can I say look to the left? And those of you that have some fib lines, trend lines, VWAPs or Bollinger Bands or whatever, you're ready for a simple approach that works with consistency. Hopefully you'll get there. And oh, was that real? That looks odd. Well, maybe it is. Look at the way the 15-minute chart. Well, the airlines are looking pretty good. Wow. Yeah, it was car. You're right. That was wild yesterday. It must have been one of the mothers of all short squeezes. Anyway, all right. And there was some talk in the VIX, which is, market's going up and it's kind of grinding down there. We got so many things that are saying be careful on the long side, but markets aren't giving it up. I got to fix that chart. I'll get to it. All right, relatively quick here for me today, Dan. Interest rates, kind of coming in a little bit. We talked about the 5-year going up. So, and like that, I'm aware of what other hedge funds are doing, but on Fox News, as I said, these yield curves, which was what we were talking about yesterday, with how the shorter term was going up like this, and the others coming in, they're saying it's causing huge losses in hedge funds. So I guess they're betting against this. It was the only reason they could lose that much money. So anyway, well, yours, Dan. VIX long at 14 put. Wow.
You're done early today. Yeah, so all I was reminding on FOMC 2 p.m. 2:30 questioning is, you got to keep that additional risk in mind for 0 DTE trades is all. Kroger. All right, we're in Kroger. That's gapping up. Some things are gapping down. Bitcoin down a little bit. We have a Mara put spread, but they're all fine. We're in trail mode with nice open gains. This actually hut. I had tightened the stop already, but I don't like the gap and crap here pre-market. Let's see where our stop is. For long for you're buying a put? Oh, well, I mean, I thought you were buying a call as a lottery. All right, well, you know what you're doing. I mean, volatility is in one nasty. All right, I'll keep an eye on the hut here to tighten the stop because I had it yesterday's low. All right, I'm okay. I mean, it looks lower. I mean, that's the VXX. That's a nasty pattern. We were talking about it yesterday in the green room. Don't know if you were around, and I showed them VIX Central and explained Contango again and all that. All right, we got a lot of earnings here, so let's just jump right into it unless you have a question on any of our opens. VRSK, I can't tell where you're gapping. SPT 135. That's, gapping, just eyeballing it right here. It's gapping on this prior high, but it's gapping over a red bar. Today, MT Live, we're talking about advanced candlesticks, bar by bar analysis. And, this will be an example. What does it mean that it's gapping over this red bar? But as always, you got to put that in context now of the overall pattern. Diego asking about Microsoft long intraday continuation pattern. Very possible. If the market's, holding and in a good mood, this is all-time highs. It's gapping up. Little buy setup, so very, very possibly. Let's see, PACE 539. No good pattern. Strong uptrend, but pulling in on earnings. This looks like maybe 30-minute low, continuation short. Wow, look at this. All started from a breakout failure, couldn't bounce. Remember recently we did a moving average analysis. Look at these MAs here. Couldn't bounce, closing breakout bar down right here. Wow, that's a nasty trend right there. Zoom put spread over the high. The 20 MAs curled up. Higher high, higher low. I'll keep an eye on it with you. Talking about Zoom, look at Z here. Zillow got whacked. Last 2 days. Now it's gapping down. They're getting out of the automated flipping business of houses. Zulu Golf, same, related companies. BBY. I thought I saw the news was they're doing something with Kroger, but what the heck is a betting store doing with a grocery store? But yeah, I mentioned this yesterday that something was up with it. Look at the volume. Do you think somebody knew some news was coming? I mean, look at that. People, say there's no inside information. Yeah, right. Why don't you go see who put on big bullish bets yesterday? That volume just doesn't come out of nowhere. Yep, Lyft had earnings. Well, McGraw, that's a good point, but maybe the reason they've had so much success is the algorithm has been doing so well, and now with prices inflated so much, it's having a hard time doing it. So it kind of just depends how you think about it. So that could be a sign of a frothy market, right? Do you remember when I told you this realtor friend of mine, I said, I read in the paper that the prices in Austin, Texas, I don't know, something astronomical increase. And she says, oh, don't you think you should buy them there? I'm like, no, you don't get it. That's a sign of froth. We don't buy froth. Jim, what do you think about Clorox today? We actually sold a put spread on it yesterday for a new pattern. I'd stay away from it. It's just a big mess. It's a mess. There's nothing there. Yeah, Rich, the article I read said something about 300,000 sales went, I forget the stat, when, people were paying over list price. All right, LSCC, beautiful uptrend here. Beautiful close, opening up kind of, oh, it says here down at $126. Okay, so yeah, if it's gapping down. All right, so this over yesterday's high, I like. AYX. It's just still range bound. Akamai could be setting up a higher low. McGraw, this if this turn holds 30-minute high, that's a put spread idea. Mitch, Greg, that's the one you mentioned about internals. So that's gapping down. I have no, nothing to do with that. I always like looking at the cousins. So here's Bumble. So Bumble's also weak. AYX put spread. Yeah, if it's down here, McGraw, of course. Just as with all earning stocks, you want to just put them in a 5-minute window and wait and just make sure they're acting in accordance with your bias and not failing. XPO. McGraw, this might turn out to be a condor. Gapping right in the middle of the range here. It's earnings. If we can do a 74.89. Let's come back to that. TMAS 120. Yeah. This is a power downtrend. Look at the railroad track 20 and 50. So it's a double bottom and a downtrend with a new low plus. But the shock is today if it holds. So yeah, I like that a lot. Yes, I do. I'm going to put that in a window. That's a really good one. FMC, can't tell where it's gapping, but I like it. Oh, I also posted a new trade. iRobots. iRobot 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's gapping right there. I better put that in a window. Now with car, doing its craziness, we can, and it has options now way out there. I'll be looking to sell a call spread on this. If we can do it over yesterday's high. Now this was an attempted bottoming pattern, but it's gapping down instead of out. So I'm just going to delete you. Vertex 187, it's gapping to the top end of the range, but if it holds the gap and then 30-minute high, then it has a void. This breakout failure, no pattern. PKI, kind of similar to the other one. If it can break out, it has a void. Could be a put spread under last week's low. We'll come back to you. INSP, it was a 1, 2, 3 that triggered yesterday. I can't tell where you're gapping. We'll come back. Humana getting whacked. This would be a call spread candidate. We'll keep an eye on that. Now Amgen is a bottoming pattern. It broke down, retest, another breakdown failure, closing breakout, and it's gapping down. But if it negates the gap down, and can get over yesterday's high, then I think it can go to 2.25 if it trades above yesterday's high. So it's a big if. AMED, I see one print down here, so I don't trust it. We'll come back. Voya, you're a mess. UIS, no pattern. Pru 109, gapping down. This could be this would be a good Friday call spread over this WRB. So I'll check prices on that. Hey, John. GNW at the prior high, but it's a very nice 15-minute chart. So that could be just a uptrend day trade, 15-minute long. So that's not bad. Said G 337 down here, McGraw call spread idea over 370. Oki, yeah, a lot of these oils are toppy, but Devon, actually, this was on my list from yesterday. I didn't know it had earnings today, but this is one of this and Fang were my two favorite oil continuation patterns. See, well, this one's gapping down. I'm going to set an alarm on this. If it can get back up here, 115.10, then that looks good. All right, TMUS. All right, so TMUS. Shoot, now the gap's getting too big. But yeah, let's watch put spread on that. EIX is a call spread. Kroger up alarm. So let's move the stop.